You're watching 27 First News with closed captioning brought to you by your local Ford dealers.
We use Facebook to chat with our friends and family, but what about our doctors?
Well, social media and technology in general is changing our relationships with our healthcare providers and is sure to affect healthcare in the future. And joining us to talk about it is Dr. Michael Sevilla, who practices family medicine in Salem and also big tech guru himself, I guess.
We know it. For as long as you've been coming here in the mornings, you have your iPad with you. You are always plugged in. You go to a lot of conferences across the country, and they talk about how this is all going to interact and affect us. One interesting thing I saw recently on your Facebook page, there are some doctors making you sign away your right to talk about them on social media. What does that mean?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a big trend in that in next year, 2012, is that there's a lot of doctors out there who are making their patients sign a waiver saying that they will not talk about their doctor on their Facebook page or on Twitter or on social media. It's a big discussion point in the medical arena now.
Why are they doing that? Because everybody's so connected, and if you say something bad about a doctor, he doesn't want other people to see that. Is that the way it is, or why is that?
Well, I mean, like other businesses, I mean, you know, doctors' reputation is something that's very important to them. You know, and if there's something negative out there, whether it's in the community or whether it's, you know, statewide or nationwide, they want to protect their reputation because that helps them get more patients. So that's why doctors are very leery about social media type outlets.
Wow, so if you sign one of these things, that means you can't, or if you do, could you get sued? I mean, I don't know how that works.
Or you'd be banned from the doctor, maybe, I guess,
yeah,
right?
you probably would be, it would probably say in there that you would be kicked out of the practice. You would have to find a new doctor.
Another doctor, if you're going to, don't be trashing your doctor on the social media sites. That's what they're basically saying.
Yeah,
plus, that could be dangerous, too, because if you're blackballed by one doctor, you might be blackballed by all of them, right?
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, it's a very precarious thing out there that's going on because, you know, you can get an angry patient or somebody, or even somebody that works for a doctor that posts some things, or for a hospital. So this power of social media can work definitely both ways.
Yeah, and you could do a lot of damage to a doctor's reputation if somebody just had
because a lot of people think Facebook is gospel a lot of times, you know, things that they see
and
on
there's
there.
two sides to every story, especially medical stories. We know enough of that in the courts.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, with that kind of thing.
I talk to doctors a lot, and I've been talking at a lot of conferences, and I challenge doctors to search for their name, Google their name, and a lot of it isn't there when they were you know, Doctor of the Year. A lot of it is physician rating sites where patients can rate their doctors. Yeah. And reputation is huge in the medical arena now.
Yeah, and we're gonna show you, because you are you do like a podcast now, is that right?
This is so neat. I spotted this on there too. And it looks like you're at a radio setup almost. You actually podcast.
That's right. Yeah, I do live internet radio where I talk about medical issues. I talk about social media issues. You know, just in the past few days with Congress, you know, there's going to be a huge 27% cut in Medicare physician payments, which are being followed by all the physician organizations. And as you guys talked about already, Congress has already left Washington. Yeah. So that cut's going to take place on January 1st. It's going to have a huge impact when it comes to patient access to physicians, because some doctors may say, we don't want to take patients who have Medicare anymore because of the cut, and it's a really cut for our business. So, so that's what I talk about.
And you talk about on the podcast and blogging. We'll talk more about this in the next hour. You're staying with us for next hour.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, Dr. Mike.
Very interesting.
And now let's go to Rich for your forecast.
And maybe while he's waiting to be on, he can do a podcast from here. 27 after the hour on 27 First News this morning.